Repair bills don't ask permission, they just show up. That's why I have CarShield, coverage options that help with costly car repairs.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Jeff Reagular with Around the League from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by Big B Coffee, the official coffee of the Detroit Tigers. You can watch baseball every day, multiple games a day for years, maybe your whole life, and you're never going to see what Pirate fans got to see yesterday in Pittsburgh. Pirates hosting the Braves last night, and Ryan O'Hearn was simply amazing. The 32-year-old started off his evening with a ho-hum grand slam in the first inning. Then in the third inning, a 3-run jack. So if you're keeping track at home, that's 7 RBIs and 2 at-bats. And then how about 3 more? 6-inning, third homer of the night. Unreal stuff.
Oh, my. Oh, my. This is deep. You've never seen it. 10 RBIs by a Pirate. Ryan O'Hearn, the first Pirate with a 10 RBI game. 10. A perfect 10. Hats off. Tarps off for you, Ryan O'Hearn. Has screwed them all in. An all-time Pirates record. Move over, Johnny Rizzo. Welcome, Ryan O'Hearn.
Pirates win the game 12-4. O'Hearn having a great season, close to a 300 batting average and an OPS over 850. And then there's the Braves. They've lost 17 of their last 23 ball games. Ouch. What a night for Ryan.
How can you go from a South Carolina trailblazer through a tour of the Far East to a Venezuelan's bid for perfection in the Motor City? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Following in the footsteps of those legends named Robinson meant that Dobie didn't always get the attention or the credit that he deserved.
Baseball can be a little bit different, and things aren't always perfect, right?
Biz, born James Raleigh Mackey, was a member of the 1923 Hilldale Club that won the first ever Eastern Colored League championship.
This was reality
Yeah.
for these players, and speaks of the segregation, a very somber time.
In 1927, Biz Mackey took part in a 48-game tour of Japan. The 1927 tour was initiated by Japanese-American baseball pioneer Kenichi Zenemura. Years later, during World War II, Zenemura was forced to sell all his belongings and relocate to the Gila River incarceration camp.
They're being denied their freedom, but baseball provides hope, and it gives them an expression of what it is to be an American.
You realize the gravity of the situation, and baseball is that which transcends all of it.
So in 2006, the Tucson Sidewinders at AAA team for the Arizona Diamondbacks commemorated that high school game that had been played at Zenemura Field. And then later that season, the Sidewinders win the championship of the league by beating the Toledo Mud Hens. And on that team was Ryan Rayburn.
He watched his Detroit teammate, Armando Galarraga, toss his famous imperfect game.
Another reminder that baseball will always bring people together.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
Now, back to the Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers broadcast booth at Comerica Park. From the field, brought to you by Meyer, official partner of the Detroit Tigers.
What's going on, Tigers fans, and welcome to our From the Field report. I'm Kara Wolfbauer, and earlier this afternoon it was announced that Justin Verlander will be attending his 10th All-Star game as a Legends pick selected by MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred. And shortly after, Verlander released a statement that after 21 years in Major League Baseball, he is officially retiring. He addressed the media earlier today, and here is what he had to say.
Was like, okay, let me just put another healthy season under my belt and kind of build off the momentum from last year. And then that obviously got railroaded at the beginning of the season, and something that turned into, a 2 or 3 week thing turned into a couple month long thing. And then right when I was about to get back, something else happens, and I feel like I'm plugging holes in a boat. And all the meanwhile, just kind of looking at time, the game, how the game's played now, things that I have left to accomplish. And I think the writing kind of was on the wall. As 300 wins, 4,000 strikeouts, those are a few years away to maybe really good ones. And even that, like the way the game's played now, I think wins are just getting so much harder and harder to come by. Then I have to really sit down and kind of analyze, like I do everything really, analyze what's worth it and what's not. I love this game. I've said I want to play as long as I can. At the same time, it's like, okay, obviously I think next year, one of the things that come to mind is, besides my family, which is number one, is it's going to be a hard season with the CBA up. Are we going to be delayed going into the season? I don't know. I certainly hope not, but everybody's saying we are, and that would just be like another hurdle to have to overcome, and along with the way the game's played now, and then I sit there and think about my family and spending time with them, and that's something that's been more and more on my mind as this season particularly has gone along. They were up here most of last month, and had a great time with them, and spending more time with them kind of made me see the other side of things, and you kind of put it all together and really consider things. And I think I've been trending towards this conclusion for a little while. I think if you ask some of my teammates, I've probably started to mention things that I've never mentioned in my life. These guys don't know me as well, as it's only been 1 year, but I've never, some of these words I've uttered have never come out of my mouth. So yeah, I'm in a good place about it. I think, as you can tell, I've considered it quite a lot. I don't take this lightly. I'm happy for the future. My focus is still to get out there and be the best version of myself that I can be for this team. Obviously we're playing great baseball right now, and things are going well and trending in the right direction, and I'm chomping at the bit to be part of that.
Once again, that was Justin Verlander earlier today addressing the media following his statement that he is officially retiring after 21 seasons in Major League Baseball. Thanks again for tuning in to our From the Field report, Tigers fans. We have more pregame coming up in the next couple of minutes on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Detroit Tigers baseball. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
At Jack Dimmer Lincoln, we know your time is your ultimate luxury. That's why we've designed our entire service experience around you. With our mobile service van, our factory-trained technicians come directly to your...
Hey Chicago, what do you say? Let's take a road trip to Wrigley Field today. Home of the Chicago Cubs since 1916, Wrigley Field is the second oldest ballpark in the majors, just behind Boston's Fenway Park. Hop off the L in the heart of Wrigleyville and take in the unique buzz of the neighborhood. On the corner of Clark and Addison, the iconic red marquee sign welcomes fans into the friendly confines. Once inside, direct your attention to the manually operated scoreboard that sits 60 feet above center field. Lush green ivy covers the brick outfield walls, and just beyond the bleachers, Wrigley rooftops provide an unrivaled view of the game. When at Wrigley, you have to get a Chicago dog. With everything, of course. The chicken tinga torta or chicken and churros are great options too. Find your seat in the bleachers and embrace the rowdiness. Sing along to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And don't forget to root, root, root for the Cubbies. Wrigley Field, an unforgettable experience.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
Detroit Buick GMC dealers broadcast booth at Comerica Park. Here are the voices of Tigers baseball, Dan Dickerson and Dan Petrie.
Mostly sunny skies, light breeze. It's heating up in downtown Detroit. Hello again, everyone. We're getting ready for Game 2 of a 3-game series, Tigers and Athletics, and we're not just talking about the weather. Dan Petrie, these Detroit Tigers are starting to play ball. And I like how, and we'll talk about it during the game, Justin Verlander in his press conference today, talking about his retirement at the end of the season, said it's not we're playing with a sense of urgency. We're playing the way that we expect to play and expected to play at the start of the year.
Yeah, I just like the way a lot of them are commenting about they have a little bit of a swagger. They're playing with some confidence, and they're finally looking at it and saying, yeah, this is the way we expected, and they certainly have since June 1.
Tigers will try to win another series behind that terrific right arm of Troy Melton, making his 8th start of the year. Jeffrey Springs certainly looks like an opportunity for the Tigers to break out again or to have a good night offensively. Jeffrey Springs on the mound for the Athletics, but as we'll talk about, and Dan has mentioned, he has nothing but success in his 3 career starts against the Tigers. Tigers and Athletics, Game 2 of a 3-game series. The lineups are being exchanged at home plate. Let's take a look at the details with Dan.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Comerica Bank. Want to elevate your small business? Visit Comerica.com/6C to learn how. For the A's, leading off at third base, Zach Geloff. Batting second at first base, Nick Kurtz. Doing the catching and batting third, Shea Langoliers. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Tyler Soderstrom. Batting fifth at shortstop, Jacob Wilson. Batting sixth in right field, Lawrence Butler. Batting seventh at second base, Joshua Kuroda Grauer. Batting eighth in left field.
Here's Jackson, the last time at bat in Reggie Jackson's career.
I would compare my career to a farmer. It rained when you wanted, sunshine when you wanted to. And when you loaded up your truck, the prices were at an all-time high.
Broken bat up the middle, base hit, Reggie Jackson.
On the way home with a pocket full of money, you'd be smiling. Huh?
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans, and while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table, and once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
One is bumpy, and he makes the play.
Gorgeous, gorgeous catch. And, oh, yes, he hangs on. The little snow cone on a hot night in Philly.
Out towards right field on the run. Tyler O'Neill dives. The sunglasses are off, and he makes the out.
Line in left, Fry coming on, now dives! All of a sudden he had to come in, dove, and made a nice catch. And, oh, the magician pulls another rabbit out of his hat. Taylor over, dives, makes the catch. Wow. Keyshaw with a slide, makes a backhanded catch. Standing ovation from Bradley. DeLauder going over, makes the catch. How about Chase DeLauder? What would have been a fair ball, robbing Ezekiel Duran. Get up, TT. Trammell showing some ups to take. Dive and catches. Garatono with a heck of a play. It's got to be Mason Wynn, who comes out of nowhere.
Be a little bit patient, wait that out, and wait for that good pitch and do some damage on it.
First pitch today will be brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Both teams come in at 41 and 50, but man, are they heading in different directions. Tigers have won 6 of their last 7. The Athletics have lost 12 now of their last 15. Tigers and A's, game 2 of a 3-game series. And the Athletics now get ready to face the 25-year-old native of Newport Beach, California, Troy Melton.
Yeah, Troy over his last 3 starts has allowed just 2 runs on 5 hits and 18 in the 3rd innings. And right now he's got all of his pitches working well for him, especially the cutter with opponents hitting .077 on that pitch. Right-handers have yet to even get a hit on that cutter.
That's pretty good, right?
I would say you got a chance if one side of the plate doesn't get a hit on a particular pitch.
It's interesting, Dan. I mean, the last 3 starts, it's worth repeating what you just said. He's gone 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs against the Yankees. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run against Houston. 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 run against Chicago.
5 hits.
I mean, 2 and 1 hits in 6 innings starts each time out. Now, you have to say it. I do think he needed to get more swing and miss. He's starting to get more swing and miss. He's got 18 strikeouts in those 18 innings. But there is some good fortune in the very low batting average on balls in play. Some of that is because he's given up 7 home runs. Those are not balls in play, so they don't count against the production. But at some point, that's probably going to correct. I think this is a real challenge for him tonight, this A's lineup.
And that's why this A's team is exciting to watch when they have all their pieces. Of course, Brent Rooker is out for the year, but they've got a lot of bats there here or in Sacramento. They're fun to watch.
Zach Geloff at the plate, ground ball to short, backhanded by Zach McKinstry to his right. Fires it over to Torkelson, 1 pitch, 1 out. He and Cater Montero are kind of the same in that they go right after guys. They pitch to contact. They count on themselves. Pitchers talk about executing pitches a lot, Dan. These guys are doing it, meaning they're putting the pitch where they want it to go so they can get the kind of contact they're looking for.
Yeah, put the pressure on the opposition and continue to make all the good pitches. Troy doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes.
Kurtz at the plate. First pitch, fastball away. Fastball is the pitch that has been hit out the most. 5 of his 7 home runs. And 7 home runs in 40 innings. That number is going to come down in terms of how frequently the home runs are hit. The 1-0. Ground ball to first. Nice big hop for Spencer Torkelson. Waist-high bounce. Fields it to the glove side. Over to the bag. Makes the play unassisted. 3 pitches, 2 outs.
You know, and when I say he's got all his pitches working for him, you know, the 5-pitch mix, he's at the top of the strike zone. He's at the bottom of the strike zone. He's on the inside corner and the outside corner. Very rarely does he throw anything in the middle of the plate. I was talking to him the other day, and he just laughed and said, yep, that's the whole idea. Just skirt that strike zone.
This is a dangerous part of the order. A slider strike on the outside edge to Shea Langoliers. Kurtz has the big numbers. Langoliers is right there with him, both hitting around 270 with 20 home runs. And they also got back a big player today in Tyler Soderstrom, who's on deck. Huge job off the end of the bat, fouled down the first base line. Attacking. And the whole idea for Troy Melton, of course, is Tigers staff. Strike 1, win the race to 2 strikes. Strike 1 has been a problem for Troy Melton this year, which is really an oddity. He was dynamite last year, 2/3 first strikes. He's barely over 50%. I'm going out on a real short limb here and betting that's going to change very soon. 0-2, high and tight, and he has thrown first pitch strike now to 2 of the first 3 batters. So far, it hasn't hurt him.
I do like that last pitch, though, because he just threw 2 really good pitches down and away and kind of came up and in.
The 1-2 goes into the books as a splitter, but he has told us it's a changeup. So every time we see splitter, or if you're in the ballpark and you see splitter, it is a changeup and has splitter action to it. All of his pitches, as Dan said, working right now. 2-2, swinging a line drive to right field, over and in. Carpenter or Mulgeri to make the catch. Shea Langoliers' soft line drive out. That is another quick, efficient 1-2-3 inning for Troy Melton. It's what he does.
And here's Will Smith, a chance to hand out a present on his birthday. Smith drills one, left center field. It is gone! Number 16, time and again in clutch time. Pitching change for the Diamondbacks after some birthday and bobblehead night magic from Will Smith. From down 1 to up 1.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Feeling great yet? Come visit Bigby and we'll make it even better with a signature latte. Bigby makes it better.
Davey Tree and the Detroit Tigers are excited to present triples for trees. 3 trees planted for every Tigers triple this season. That's 99 trees and counting.
First inning is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. And today's game brought to you in part by Northville Lumber, the official lumber yard of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Tigers getting ready to face the 33-year-old from Belmont, North Carolina, Jeffrey Springs. First pitch fastball low and in. A.J. Hinch doing what he has done a lot lately, stacking lefties against righties, stacking righties against lefties. So 3 of the first 4 in the lineup today are right-handed batters against the lefty. Springs, the 1-0. Fastball away. 19th start of the year for Springs.
Yeah, Springs had a rough go in 2026, especially in the month of June. He was 0-2, 27 innings he threw, allowed 30 earned runs on a whopping 12 home runs.
Oh, jeez. Line drive deep and foul. Oh, he hung a slider. Matty B was all over it and pulled it well foul.
That works out to a 10 ERA. He's also lost his last 8 decisions and leads the league in home runs allowed with 24.
2-1. Changeup floats onto the outside corner for a called strike 2.
Granted, you look and a lot of them have been given up at Sacramento, and he had quite an outing in Las Vegas where the ball just...
Nobody should have to pitch there. The 2-2. Off the plate and in, one of the worst ideas. Yeah, this is going to be our new home, everybody. Let's go outside and play in a ballpark where there's, 280 down the line or whatever it is. I mean, oh, my goodness. He only gave up 5 runs, though, of the 15. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Change up away. Matt Bierling strikes out. Righties have the edge against this lefty. Lefties have actually hit him pretty well this year, and you really do. I mean, think of this poor guy. He signed 4 years ago with the Athletics for the 2023 season. He's like, yeah, perfect team to sign for. I'm going to the best pitcher's ballpark in the league in Oakland. And then for 2 years, I'm going to be in the Oakland Coliseum and probably more. He didn't know they were moving. Dylan Dingler swings, fouls it out of play. And then he has Tommy John surgery after 3 starts in 2023. He only makes 10 starts and then moves to a field that is literally playing like you're in Coors Field. The ball flies, the ERAs skyrocket, so you really have to look. Cutter up and in has Dingler doing the limbo back out of the way. At his home road splits, a 6.80 ERA at home, a 4.40 on the road. He does still give up a lot of home runs on the road, almost the same frequency as home. The 1-1 away, but he's definitely a better pitcher on the road. He's made some really good road starts right up until his last 2. 7 innings of shutout work at Yankee Stadium, 5 1/3, 2 runs at Philadelphia. Arms up over his head into his motion, the 2-1. Swinging a foul tip, and those numbers against the Tigers, Dan. This is a guy who takes the mound tonight with a lot of confidence. He's given up 1 earned run in 17 innings in 3 career starts against the Tigers.
And low walks and high strikeouts in those 3 appearances also.
2-2. I think the swings, fouls it out of play. I remember that one start, the 7-inning start, or 6 shutout innings with Tampa before He had the Tommy John surgery in 2023. That changeup, he got 12 strikeouts in that game.
Yeah.
And that changeup was dynamite.
It just like he threw to Matt Vierling.
The 2-2. Soft ground ball chopped to third. Geloff charges, stumbles, throws it away, hits the tarp, goes down the right field line, and Dingler will cruise into second. Geloff is playing third for the first time in his career, and he's played it very well this year, but he just kind of stumbled as he fielded. Probably should have held on. He made an off-balance throw to first. It'll be a single and an error.
Yeah, just kind of right as he was getting ready to catch the ball, he kind of got tangled up a little bit.
His footwork was messed up.
Yeah.
They give him a hit, and I did say hit and error, but man, watching that, if you take the right route and get the footwork right.
If you come straight in on the ball,
that could easily be an error all the way. Don't you think?
I mean, just the way he played it, it was because I think Dylan was going to beat it out.
I think if he gets his footwork right and fields it with momentum going toward first.
But if he's supposed to come straight in, instead of kind of
I think he gets him by a full step.
Yeah.
But he turned that into a difficult play by the way he approached
it. Just the way he just got his legs all tangled up.
Well, Dylan was 0 for 4 last night. He'll take the base hit. Man at second, early opportunity. Kevin McGonigal takes a pitch low and away. So, again, the 3 lefties in the first 4 spots. Vierling has really good numbers against lefties. Dingler's actually been better against righties this year. Kevin McGonigal, he's not fazed by a lefty. And, again, Jeffrey Springs not shutting down lefties this year. The 1-0. Sweeper away. 2-0 on Kevin McGonigal. Reached 3 times in the game last night with a couple of hits and a walk. He also reached on an error. It's just what he does. Springs way over on the third base side of the rubber, the 2-0, down and away. I love the little back and forth he had with Dylan Dingler the last time that AJ did this, put him in the 3 spot behind Dylan Dingler. It's always like, hey, I'm going to get on. You drive me in.
Yeah.
And then Dingler said before the game the last time they're in this spot, it's like, hey, I'm going to get on. You have to drive me in.
Your turn.
3-0 pitch, down and away, a 4-pitch walk. Couple of men on. The error, the Tigers took advantage of it yesterday. Let's face it, that was an error by Geloff. And let's see if the Tigers can take advantage again today.
Yeah, none of those pitches, well, the last one was close. But Springs has a lot of breaking stuff. He's got that cutter, slider, sweeper, and he threw all 3 of those on the first 3 pitches to Kevin McGonigal. Really, none of them close.
Torque's been solid against lefties. The one piece that's missing, changeup strike at the knees away. The power element is not there, and we know Torque hits lefties for power. 1 home run in 72 at-bats. He draws a lot of walks. He's hitting over 270, but not a lot of power. Perfect guy to change that narrative or change the script. Torkelson takes a cutter high and tight. 24 home runs in 93 innings of work. A home run every 14 at-bats at home, but a home run every 18 at-bats on the road. That is still a very high rate. The 1-1. Swinging a foul. Went in with a 4-seamer high and tight. 1-2 on Torque. Green waiting on deck. No score in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, that 4-seam fastball, not really overpowering, but it does have that little bit of extra giddy up to it at the top of the strike zone and maybe at the bottom rail if you're looking for a changeup.
1-2, foul out of play, and that's the one that Torque wants back.
Yes, that's middle.
92 middle.
And if you're looking for a changeup down and away, he might be able to sneak that 4-seam fastball. You think it's going to stay down low and it continues to ride and catch the bottom rail.
2 on, 1 out. Tiger trying to get the early jump again. The 1-2. Change up away. You can see him kind of slow the arm speed. Almost guide that ball to home plate. Missed well off the plate away. Springs came back from the Tommy John surgery last year that he had in 2023. Came back at the end of 2024. Had a solid year for the Athletics last year. 2-2, high and tight. Torque draws a lot of walks, as we mentioned, against lefties. He's going to make it throw him a strike right here.
Yeah, that's a good sign right so far. Kevin McGonigal making sure that I get a good pitch to hit, and he didn't. Spencer Torkelson laying off a couple of close pitches, waiting for him to make a mistake and hopefully jump on it.
3-2 to Jemai. Swing and a miss. Starts him off with a slider under the bat. Jeff McNeil has taken over at first base. Nick Kurtz on that poor throw from Geloff at third on this infield chopper for Dingler. Swinging a foul out of play. Fastball middle. And that's the pitch that we just, I mean, he didn't miss that pitch last year, Dan.
No.
And that's kind of a perfect example of just the struggles this year against righties, against lefties. He's just not hitting that pitch. Fastball middle at 91. The strike two. Up and away. Kurtz on that Geloff play, the throw way wide. Reached for it, and there was some contact, wasn't there? On that play for Kurtz,
yeah,
his shoulder.
It was up the line, and he kind of reached with his right arm.
Change up away, and we just saw a shot of Jake Rogers getting ready. Dylan Dingler's due up fourth this inning. So Kurtz is out for the Athletics, and it looks like Dylan Dingler, after getting hit on the foul tip on his bare hand, is also coming out. Change up, swing and a miss. Jemai Jones strikes out. Here's more boos. And again, if there's one guy, I mean, I'm not a big believer. I grew up in an anti-booing family, Dan. And that was for the other side too. Now I get it, booing on the other side, but never really understood booing the hometown guy. And especially a Jemai Jones. Breaking ball up and in. One of the great people you're ever going to meet in the game. And to me, I mean, you boo somebody on your home team only if they're not giving their full effort, if they're dogging it in some way, and you just don't see that. I just never understood booing for performance that's below. They don't want to be where they are. It's, I can tell you, I mean, just seeing the hurt on his face talking about it. In no way does it help things. 2-0, swinging a foul. 2-1 on Zach McKinstry.
But you know, it's kind of the thing to do, you know, and it gets out there and it just kind of takes off. It doesn't make it right, and I don't know why they do it, but they do.
Swinging a foul out of play.
That's certainly not going to help Jemai Jones the next time he comes to the plate.
He is working his tail off trying to get out of this. This is no fun. He was a force last year. The 2-2. Blowing away. Zach McKinstry putting together a lot of good at-bats his last 15 games. This covers 57 at-bats. He's hit just a tick under 300. Nice extra base power and a 772 OPS. Last year, 771. OPS, the 3-2. Down and in. Good at-bats, meaning he's working at-bats, Dan, and drawing a lot of walks to get on base as well with good bat-to-ball skills.
Well, I mean, if you think about Kevin McGonigal, Springs didn't come close really to throwing him a strike. One was kind of borderline. Riley Green hit a 3-1 pitch, and Zach McKinstry right there. So Springs feels, I think, a lot more comfortable throwing to right-handed hitters and mixing in that changeup than so far he's been showing to left-handers.
Bierling takes a breaking ball up and away. He's hit 250 against lefties. With some power, all of his production has been against lefties this year. Comes in hitting just over 200. OPS against lefties, 770. Not much against righties so far. Line drive, foul. Change-up up. That's what got him the first time. He's left a few up. Matt hit a slider that was hanging deep and foul first at bat. Struck out on a change-up. I do like this matchup for Matt.
Yeah, that one stayed more in the middle of the plate. If he keeps it going down and away, that's where he's been real successful, especially when he's ahead.
The 1-1. Swing and a pop-up. Will it be playable? Looks like it is. Coming over McNeil. He'll give way to Langoliers. Right by the Athletics dugout. He makes the catch up against the brick wall. Vierling pops out. And that brings up Jake Rogers. Again, he'll be pinch hitting for Dylan Dingler. Out of the game after taking a foul tip. Not a foul tip, it was a check swing that just redirected a 96-mile-an-hour fastball down onto his bare hand. Took a few practice throws, looked like he was okay, but I think the priority here is getting treatment for that.
And get it x-rayed and see what you're looking at. But, you know, they had a real good shot on a monitor, and you could see the seams.
You could see the
seams, you know, right where it hit him. So
Jake Rogers' first pitch, fastball up, swings and misses. It's time for Dollars on Deck. If Jake gets a hit this inning, Northfield Lumber will donate to Detroit Blightbusters. Northfield Lumber is Michigan's oldest business, largest Trex decking dealer. Second inning brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. Play the Michigan Lottery's Detroit Tigers instant ticket in online games. Today's game brought to you in part by Meyer, an official partner of the Detroit Tigers. Fastball low and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0 Tigers are in the second. McKinstry just 1 steal this year. Springs was easy to run on last year. He's clearly made an effort to pay attention to the running game this year. 20 steals allowed in his 30 starts last year. So far this year he's made 18 starts, only allowed 4 steals. But if you can read his move, you know Anthony Sanders has put in the work, the Tigers' first base coach. If they can read something, he wanted to go so badly last night. Jake Rogers swings at a changeup, fouls it out of play. 1-2 on Jake.
He's deliberate to the plate, too. That right leg, he lifts it up, and it takes a long time for him to go home. So if you guess right and go on that first movement, you could have a shot to steal.
There goes McKinstry, then he stopped. Fastball up. We saw him do that about 4 times last night.
And it looked like he had a nice jump, didn't it?
I thought he had a good jump. Yeah. It's funny when you know, he stole a lot of bases the last couple of years, and then when you've only stolen 1 and you haven't been on a lot, now you're getting on a lot. Maybe that 1 little ounce of confidence that you need to get back on track stealing bases is just not quite there yet. There he goes, 2-2. Got a big jump. Fly ball left field off the bat of Jake Rogers. This one's deep. This one's gone. How about it? Jake Rogers just in for Dylan Dingler. Second home run of the year and a 3-0 lead for the Tigers.
Boy, good for Jake Rogers, and he got a 4-seam fastball, and it was on the inner third about belt high, right into Jake Rogers' swing path. He opens up just a little bit, that front side, when he swings normal, and that was just his normal swing, got underneath it, and he's getting just a great reception in that Tigers dugout.
How about that? Not expecting to be in this game in the second inning. McGonigal takes a slider high. What a good feeling for him. 3-0 in the second. You talked about it. He's given up a lot of home runs. A couple home runs early could change the look of this game. Slider for a strike. 1-1 on McGonigal. 7 home runs, 32 RBIs. That batting average consistently high all year. He's kept it above 280 almost the entire season. The consistency of his at-bats. The 1-1, swing and a foul back to the screen.
You wonder how much Zach McKinstry had to do with that pitch, too. Just he threw over there, Springs threw over there, and then he's looking right at Zach McKinstry, and he sees him take off, and he's going, oh, no. And then you don't know if he altered his delivery and it had a little something to do with the pitch location to Jake Rogers.
McGonigal swings and pops it up to shallow right field. Butler will come in a couple of steps, make the catch. Into shallow right center, McGonigal pops out. Tigers add to their lead. Jake Rogers just into the game. Hits a home run to left, his second of the year. We head to the third, 3-0 Tigers on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
Hi, Tigers fans. It's Dan Dickerson. Over a 162-game season, you can count on special players to step up.
Beer, and more beer. Hey! It's like Jenga. Broken bat for Freeland. Ball to second. Corner boots it. Everybody's safe. Whatever superstition you have, you're employing it right now.
Not sure why that was Chargers' ball, and he misjudged it.
He literally has a shirt that says "Dump Here." He's got a 62 shirt. That's pretty awesome. That's just impressive preparation.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yeah.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed a cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Third inning is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. 3-0 Tigers, top of the third. First pitch fastball, 97. On the inner third, Henry Bolte hit a home run in the game yesterday. He's had a terrific rookie season for the Athletics. Swing and a miss, slider down and away. Beautiful slider. That's a pitch that's starting to get a little more swing and miss, Dan.
But it's the locations, too. The slider and the cutter have similar movement to them, but they're just a little bit different speeds, maybe about 3 to 5 miles an hour difference.
The 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
Sure did.
Roberto Ortiz on the appeal at first goes up with the right hand. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Troy Melton, going back to last inning. I like Jake. He saw the half-cut home plate umpire. Alex McKay didn't say anything. Jake just pointed right at Bolte. Then he looked down to first base. And Roberto Ortiz on the appeal said, yep, you're right. Four-seam fastball in. Swinging a pop-up foul and out of play. That four-seam fastball has got some nice movement at the plate.
You know, but I'm just looking at the locations of all of these pitches, and again, they are on corners.
Sinker on the corner, down and in, tap foul, 0-2.
It's like I said, it's at the top rail, bottom rail. It's on the inside corner, the outside corner. It's very rarely is there anything over the heart of the plate.
The wind up, the 0-2, swing and a miss. Whoa, he overpowered him. Reached back at 98, and Geloff had no chance. So there's an immaculate inning, Dan, if you could just pair the last out of the second inning with the first two outs of the third. 3 batters, 9 pitches, 3 strikeouts. 2 outs, base is empty. McNeil batting for Kurtz. This is a loss, certainly, for the Athletics. McNeil takes a pitch up and away. Jeff McNeil won a batting title when he was with the New York Mets, and he just has not, I mean, as recently as last year, still a solid hitter, but he has just fallen off. completely on the hitting side. McNeil comes in hitting .227, no power. At his peak, he could hit for average, extra base power, changeup misses away. 2-1 on McNeil, in for Kurtz. We understand that Kurtz left the game with an illness, but they were checking on his shoulder, weren't they?
The trainer did go out.
2-1, line drive on one, soft hop to second base, fielded by Lee. Flips to Torkelson. Troy Melton doing what Troy Melton does. Works quick innings.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body.
I don't even wait till it thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You are an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Sidearm delivery and a comebacker. There's the good athleticism. He throws the glove to first for the out. The ball was stuck in his glove. What an intelligent play by El Duque.
That reminds me of Terry Mulholland 12 years ago against the New York Mets.
And it's a good reminder for all you youngsters out there, if you're going to catch a glove with a ball wedged into it, use two hands like Tino Martinez did.
Bring that same commitment to Detroit and all of Michigan. Dedicated to partnering with you to face the future with confidence. Learn more at ajg.com. Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and people strategy partner.
Looking for a healthcare provider? Go to mclaren.org/primary care to find a doctor near you.
Leads off. We're in the third inning. 3-0 Tigers. Torque, Green, Lee here in the third. Said Torque's production has been mostly against lefties in terms of batting average, getting on base. His power has been against righties. 13 of his 14 home runs against right-handed pitching. Check swing, tap foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. Injury report brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. The 1-1. Fastball in, called the ball.
Pitch is called the ball. The catcher is challenging.
And Shea Langoliers is going to win this challenge.
Call's overturned. The Athletics have 1 challenge remaining.
Third inning today brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Well, if you missed the news from earlier today, Justin Verlander says this season will be his last. Check swing, 2-2 on Torque. And it was just, I think that the main thing you take away is it's not the end now. It's at the end of the season, 2-2. Change up for a strike. Torque frozen by the changeup, which was squarely in the middle of the strike zone down. Justin Verlander wants to come back and pitch this year. So it wasn't really reflective. I mean, I thought his answers were just terrific talking about it. He said, you know, at some point you just come to the realization, and he talked with a lot of friends and people in other sports, and how do you handle the end of a career that for him has now spanned 21 seasons? And he said, you know, just coming back from an injury that I should not have been out long, and then you had the setback. Every time you think you're ready to go, it's not happening. The 1-0 to Riley Green, check swing, it's a called strike. He said, I felt like a boat plugging the leaks, and then it kind of just led to the thinking that, well, maybe it's time to think about this. So he's kind of reflective today, but I think the thing that you really take away is he wants to pitch, and not just a farewell start or two. He wants to pitch and help.
Well, you and I have talked about this all day, and we both think that he's going to do it. I mean, as long as he can get healthy, he's going to do it, and he's going to contribute. We just have that feeling.
Swinging a pop-up to left field. Cortez, the left fielder, looking right into the sun, will go into the shadows now and make the catch for the second out in the third. 3-0 Tigers on top. We do. I mean, he's feeling as good as he has felt. It's been kind of in the upper part of his right hip, right deep in the right hip. He says it's an injury. They don't see a whole lot. But I think he truly is feeling as good as he has felt all year. A bullpen tomorrow is going to be the first step on his road back.
But, I mean, you don't put up the numbers like he did in his career not being a Bulldog. He is a Bulldog.
Lee takes a sweeper for a strike.
And you just think back to the way he was throwing in spring training, the way the ball was coming out, and you're like, man, this looks awfully good.
Sure did. Strike one. Soft line drive caught at second base by Kuroda Grauer. Lee lines out softly. We'll talk more about Justin when we come back. A 1-2-3 third for Jeffrey Springs after.
Looking for the best team in the American League? You got to go to Tampa.
And the Rays have won another.
The Rays are cooking, and they're doing it with their own special recipe. It starts on the mound where Drew Rasmussen, Steven Matz, Nick Martinez, and Big Mac Shane McClanahan are holding it down.
And a quick swing and miss. He got him with the hard stuff.
This rotation is just suffocating opposing hitters, pitching to a sub-3 ERA backed by a lights-out bullpen. At the disc, Junior Caminero is proving he's an elite middle-of-the-order masher.
And that one's going to go. Home run, Caminero.
And don't sleep on Jonathan Aranda and Yandy Diaz bats either. Those three have combined to drive in more than 90 runs already this season. Playing in the same division as the Yankees, Tampa will need to maintain their momentum. Maybe even kick it up a notch. But this season's Rays seem to be up to any challenge.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Pop. Fago is a proud sponsor of Detroit Tigers Radio.
Nothing Tigers, top of the fourth inning. Troy Melton doing what Troy Melton likes to do. Attack. Getting more swings and misses, getting quick outs, 37 pitches through 3 innings, and works quickly. Strike one, soft tap foul at home plate. Young man who didn't have much interest coming out of high school from colleges anywhere. Talked his way on at San Diego State. Didn't throw hard, then he got bigger, he got stronger. And the ball started coming out a little bit better. But he said things didn't kind of click for him as a pitcher until he had a new pitching coach last year at San Diego State, Sean Cole. Cutter in the dirt. And I love the story that he told. We asked him on the podcast he talked about, I had to learn to slow the game down, and he gave all the credit to his pitching coach, Sean Cole, that last year, swinging a tap foul on the ground behind home plate. Langoliers at the plate. He said, we had a nice conversation, 20 minutes on the phone, and he said, you talk really fast. And Troy Melton's like, what do you mean? It's like, if you got to slow down a little bit. This will help your pitching. If you just talk a little bit slower, slow things down, it'll help your brain slow things down on the mound. And he's like, What is this guy talking about? The 2-2 swing and a miss. Oh, that cutter's sharp tonight. 94, Dan. Down and away. Great movement. Right at the plate.
Yeah, both of them. The cutter and the slider are causing the A's, for athletics, all kinds of fits. Again, they're just about a 5-mile-an-hour separation between the two, and he's just putting them right on that outside corner with just slightly different shape.
Tyler Soderstrom, the lefty, swings and misses at a fastball up and in. Man, he's pounding the strike zone right now. So he said he would, and Sean Cole, he said, would watch him. He'd watch him in conversation with teammates if he thought he was talking too fast. Line drive past the glove of Torkelson to the wall in right field. That was a bullet. Tyler Soderstrom will cruise into second with a sharp line drive double just off the injured list. Another ball that looked like Torque was going to get.
Yeah, that was the first slider that kind of stayed up. Every now and then, oh boy, it looked like it maybe went by him. When he jumped, it just a little bit late on the jump and maybe just got right by him. But the first slider that has stayed up from Troy Melton, the rest of them have been perfectly located, and every now and then you're just going to not execute a pitch.
Fastball low and away. But Troy Melton says that Sean Cole, his pitching coach, said last year, said helped him more than anybody getting him to where he is because he was able to slow the game down. Ground ball and a high chop to McKinstry, fields the shoulder high bounce and throws it away. And that's going to score a run. My goodness, there are just some strange things happening in the field today for the Tigers. Torkelson's missing balls he normally fields, and one of the most sure-handed and best throwers on the infield, Zach McKinstry, just airmailed one to first. The A's are on the board now, trailing 3-1.
You know, it looked like Zach McKinstry just took a little sneak peek at Soderstrom going over to third. As you know, like, oh man, do I have a shot going over to third? And yeah, just got underneath it and airmailed it right over Torque.
Very strange. Swinging a foul out of play. But Troy Melton says the thing that he still repeats on the field after getting the ball, after a strikeout, the ball's returned to him from whoever's at third. Fastball up and away. He'll be standing on the grass behind the mound and repeat the mantra that many of you have heard. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And he says it has helped him to this day. And everybody remarks about his calmness on the mound. Cutter for a strike. Dan, just unflappable on the mound.
Well, I mean, you know that I enjoy the song that they play when the starting pitchers come in before the game. And they play it once, and Troy Melton is so slow and coming in from the bullpen, they had to play it twice because he's just so smooth.
Swinging a foul out of play. 1-2. The count remains on Lawrence Butler. 3-1. Tigers are in the fourth.
You know, it's just they march in from the bullpen to a particular, that particular song that I love. And, you know, you're fired up to get into the dugout and get going, but Troy Melton is just saunters, just like real slow.
1-2, cutter, backdoor, froze Butler. He is mixing his pitches just beautifully tonight. Credit to Dingler, who has caught him. Credit to Jake Rogers. These A's hitters they've been caught looking, and they are definitely off balance.
But that pitch right there, and I don't blame Lawrence Butler. Like, oh, how am I supposed to hit that? That starts off the plate and then just cut right back onto the outside corner.
Kuroda Grauer takes a slider, perfect, outside edge, strike one.
And Jake keeps calling it out there, and he's trying to get a four-seam fastball to sneak by him on that outside corner too. Tried it once and just missed with it.
Kuroda Grauer tapper down the third base line, fielded by Melton. He knew he didn't have a play at first. He just held on. Soft little infield dribbler. Look at the collection of hits for the Athletics in this game. The ground ball they got by a sliding Torkelson at first for a double for Butler. The ground ball to Torque at first that he didn't glove cleanly. And again, this is a guy who's got a terrific glove. Soderstrom ripped a line drive by the glove of Torkelson. And now a little infield dribbler for the 4th hit down the third base line. So Kuroda, Brower, 2 more hits. Neither has left the infield. Contact can be your friend.
Yes, and that's exactly what those last 2 at-bats have shown.
Carlos Cortez struggling, but he's had a good season. Takes a cutter low and in. 3-1 Tigers. Potential tying run now on at first. 4th inning is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Instant replay brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. 1-0 pitch, swinging a pop-up down the left field line. Riley Green over. He'll just get a better look at where it lands. About 8 rows in down the left field line. 1-1 on Carlos Cortez. Strange doings defensively. Torque is graded out below average at first. We've talked about it a lot. It's all because of his range to his right, where he's told never to go. The 1-1. Soft little tap foul on the ground behind home plate. Tigers, their evaluation of him, and just watching him, he's got a good glove. He picks balls, both ground balls, throws to first, picks him out of the dirt. He stretches, he throws to pitchers well. And I think he's missed 3 balls tonight that he would normally field cleanly. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Cutter down and in. Troy Melton has everything working tonight. He gets Cortez, the lefty, again. This time, slider down and in. 6th strikeout of the night. And
the pitch swung on and a foul off the foot of Dukes in the box. And then he just grabbed it out of the air with his right hand.
Ground ball to LaRoche. Oh, no. Doesn't realize he doesn't have the ball even.
He got the leather, doesn't have the horsehide.
Baroa has trouble, and it went into the shirt. He can't get it out of the shirt.
Jacobs handcuffed, can't find it. It was in the belt of his uniform. Now he throws it by Nolasco. He's trying not to laugh.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
What's the matter with Johnson? Got a toothache or something. Wait a minute, he lost a tooth. He lost a tooth. The legend of Randy Johnson.
He throws so hard that his teeth out.
Oh, that hurts, doesn't it? Well, quit doing it then. He picked something off the ground.
Yeah.
I think a tooth fell out. Put it under your pillow at the Sheridan tonight.
Home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
And Malgeri leads off for the Tigers. First pitch, fastball misses away. 7-8-9 hitters Malgeri, Jones, and McKinstry. 3-1 Tigers from the bottom of the 4th inning. A's, the Sacramento Athletics, just got on the board. Sweeper down and in. Last year when we went to Sacramento, I was like, don't call them the Sacramento A's. We're just the Athletics. And then the 2-0. Ground ball chopped to short. Big high hop for Wilson. He flips it to McNeil at first. And Greg Gagne just showed us the alternate home jersey, and it has a big script Sacramento across the front. So I'm going to feel free, Dan, to call them the Sacramento A's.
I mean, it was hard for a while to make the adjustment to Guardians, you know, but we made it. But I'm going to stay with the A's. I don't care. They've been the A's, and they're still the A's.
Swinging a pop-up off the bat of Jahmai Jones down the right field line. Long run for McNeil. So going. First base will make a fine running catch. Deep down the right field line. That's a middle infielder showing some range there. 2 up, 2 down very quickly here in the 4th inning. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Pitch counts are brought to you every game by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Pitch count was at 34 in the 1st inning for Jeffrey Springs. He has settled down. He's now retired 6 in a row since the Jake Rogers home run. And his pitch count is at 72, which, given where it was after 1, is a decent total. I'm sure his manager, Mark Kotze, would like him to go 6 innings in this game.
You bet.
McKinstry takes first pitch, fastball up and in, strike 1. Over on the third base side of the rubber, quick step back with the right foot, arms up overhead, into his motion, sweeper away. 1 ball, 1 strike. McKinstry walked his first time up, rode home on the Jake Rogers home run. Jake Rogers in for Dylan Dingler. Foul tip off his bare hand took him out of this game. The 1-1. Swinging a fly ball to the gap in right center field. Butler over and into shallow right center, makes a nice running catch. That's another quick inning for Jeffrey Springs and the Athletics. We head to the 5th inning. Tigers hold on to a 3-1 lead on the Detroit Tigers radio network.
South side of Chicago, where are you at? This was the first time I got traded, but I was so excited to wear these pinstripes and be a South side of Chicago boy. This jersey right here is an all-star jersey. You can see on the back the all-stars and the all-star patch there. Being an all-star and being who I was called over there to be was something I was real proud of.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
That was laced up the middle. And this ball's hammered. Deep right and way out of here for James Wood. Over the Nationals bullpen. The 6th time this season that James Wood has hit a leadoff homer. 441 feet. Obliterated out of Fenway Park. I think he snapped out of his skid, Franny.
Yes, he did. Oh, my. The 114 off the bat, and that was loud. Welcome back, Woody.
One Tigers, Troy Melton cruising. First pitch, swing and a miss. Slider, cutter tonight. Dan, I think it's the best we've seen this year.
I agree.
I mean, this is sharp stuff. The strike 1. Fastball, outer third.
That's
for a
the
called
one.
strike. That's the pairing you've been looking for.
Yes, that's you can see Jake working it.
The cutter or slider away, and then you go in that same tunnel. Same part of the plate with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball makes it nearly unhittable. Bolte at the plate takes a pitch in the dirt, 1-2. The 1-2 to the righty. Fastball got him. Challenged by Bolte. He might win this challenge. He did win the challenge. Wow, rookie took a chance. Big miss by the home plate umpire, less than 0.3 of an inch.
Yeah.
So let's call it 1/4 of an inch. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Wow. Troy Melton went down and away with a perfect 97-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball, 7th strikeout.
I mean, I don't know how you can hit that, especially with him putting those sliders and cutters in that exact same spot and then blows that right by it, 97.
Yeah, actually, I was wrong, Dan, 99.
That last one was...
Yeah. Came up a little late on the research app there. 98.7. We're rounding up.
Absolutely.
Geloff swings and misses. Fastball, swing and a miss. Man. Hitters have talked about it a lot in recent years. There have always been two types of fastballs, but in this day and age with all the different shapes, all the different pitches, to have both fastballs and have them both be weapons is one of the toughest things for hitters.
But that sinker he just threw with the movement.
0-2, down and away. And you can see why. When you can dot down and away at 97 and then a sinker, you can either swing it back there or come in. That has 13, 14, 15 inches of arm side run. Forget it. 1-2. Cutter in the dirt. 2-2 on Geloff.
And you could just, on the replay, you can see they talk a lot about that seam shifted wake, and you could just see the seams just working to just kind of cut and just grab the air and just pull it right into the hands of Geloff.
2-2, high and tight. Cutter got away from him, backed up and in. A rare 3-ball count. Unofficially on my scoreboard card. 19th batter, just the second time Melton's gone to a 3-ball count. 68 pitches, 48 strikes. The 3-2. Ground ball foul on the ground behind home plate. He has not walked a right-handed batter this year. All 10 walks have been against lefties. So pretty good chance he's going to get Geloff. Again, having a very good year at 280 with nice power numbers. Get him to swing the bat. 3-2. Got him. Or freeze him with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the bottom rail. 8th strikeout for Melton. He's rolling.
I just think, Dan, too, that comes out of his hand, and it looks like it's going to be low, but because he's got that real good spin on it, it just stays true and catches the bottom rail for strike 3.
Perfect example. When you compare that with a sinker that moves in, a four-seam fastball that stays true, why that, just the two types of fastballs are such a weapon. McNeil swings and misses at a cutter below the bat. 3-1 Tigers win the 5th inning. Troy Melton with 8 strikeouts. The strike one, a little bit low. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Fastball middle, swinging a foul out of play. Dan, he's just filling up the strike zone right now. This is fun to watch.
Well, it's just when you have that supreme confidence, and he should with that stuff that he's out there with tonight, and putting it where he wants to almost each and every pitch.
1-2, and swinging a slicing foul down the left field line. 8 strikeouts is a new career high for Troy Melton. Career start. It's just his 12th career start. Kind of forget he only made 4 last year. This is his 8th this year. Strikeout updates are brought to you by Carbliss, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. The 1-2 again. Shot fouled on the first base line. McNeil again having a very tough season. Veteran hitter, but he just hasn't been able to get the bat going. When he's right, solid bat-to-ball skills, extra base, occasional home run power. The 1-2. Soft tap foul. Fielded very neatly by Langoliers. Little soft hands for the catcher in the on-deck circle.
He's spoiling some really good pitches from Troy Melton also. Spoiled a four-seam fastball just by kind of flicking his wrist. A cutter, changeup.
Lefty Wedding, again the 1-2. Check swing, did he go? Appeal to third. Jim Wolf says he did not. 6th pitch of the at-bat is ball 2. Geloff saw 7 pitches, took a called third. Kurtz will see at least 7 pitches. Pitch count at 77 for Troy Melton. McNeil kind of hits out of a crouch deep into his legs. 2-2 changeup bounces. Consecutive batters have seen a 3-ball count. 3-1 Tigers are in the 5th. Left side of the infield shifts to the right a little bit on McNeil. Again, hitting .220. It's over 250 at bats. He started to lose playing time. .220, no power. Pretty aggressive. If this pitch is close, he'll be swinging. 3-2, soft tap foul on a cutter down. And this is what he is known for, his bat to ball skills. He hit .326 the year he won the batting title 4 years ago with the Mets. .270 the next year, been below .240 since.
They tried one curveball just when he spoiled 3 pitches in a row. You were thinking, let's give him a different look, and that didn't work.
9th pitch of the at-bat. Line drive, foul down the first base line. Roberto Ortiz got down to a knee, looked it right down the line, and called it properly. Inches foul. McNeil will see at least 10 pitches in this trip to the plate. So the pitch count at 80, that is an average pitch count for a pitcher through 5. If you figure 16 pitches an inning, that's right around league average. Troy Melton would like to get McNeil right here and get into the dugout. 10th pitch of the at-bat. Foul on the ground over by the A's dugout.
Troy looks almost annoyed, and you never see Troy annoyed.
Come on, dude.
Like, let's go, man. I'm making some of the best pitches I've made all night, and you keep fouling them off.
Got quite a bit of swing and miss tonight. Can't get McNeil to swing and miss. Again, the 3-2, swing and a miss. Got it with a sinker, running away at 97. What a battle. Troy Melton strikes out the side.
He finally went away after all of those cutters and sliders. He finally went away and got him to swing and miss.
9th is strikeout, ends the 5th. Tigers bat bottom of the 5th inning, trying to build.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with a baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man.
Yeah.
That's the most
That's
important
a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
After 14 games without a homer.
And there are Mom and Dad.
This one hit high in the air, deep left. It's a 3-run homer for Walker. Welcome home, Jordan.
He's homered, he's singled, he's doubled. He's knocked in 3, he's scored 3. How about a 4-hit, 4 RBI game for Dalton Rushing?
Did Moniak do it again? You bet! Another homer in the first. 3 straight games for Mickey.
Bryce Miller has been simply lights out. Hardly anybody's been better.
7 scoreless innings. Marvelous Miller again.
Goodbye! Good night! Unbelievable! Home run! Walk-off winner!
I can't imagine how good that must have felt right there. It was priceless.
Spring still on the mound for the Athletics. He certainly has settled down after a long first inning. 2 runs in the second. Looked like the Tigers might knock him out early. Well, he's kept the pitch count down. Now he's still on the mound in the 5th. Down 3-1. Change up a little bit low. 2-0 on Matt Vierling. Dan Dickerson, Dan Petrie, glad to have you along. Another beautiful summer night in downtown Detroit. Good crowd on hand for the second game of this 3-game series. 2-0 to Matt. Slider at the belt. Struck out on a changeup in his first at-bat. Popped out last time to the catcher, Langoliers. Fifth inning today brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Changeup down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, you can picture him getting another one right here, can't you?
Yeah, especially if it's located there. Really sells that pitch with his arm action.
2-2. Tried the changeup. Matt laid off. 10 walks, 10 strikeouts coming into this game for Vierling against lefties. Hitting .250 with nice power numbers. Extra base power. A couple of home runs. The 3-2. Ground ball to third. Scooped up by Geloff. Didn't have to move a step. Flips it to McNeil across the diamond. 5-3 put out starts the 5th inning. Instant replay is brought to you every game by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm when you need the right call made. 1-800-CALL-SAM. Today's game brought to you in part by Corwell Health, reminding you together we can overcome any obstacle, fight any battle. Jake Rogers has the big hit in this game. Dylan Dingler out with a foul tip off his bare hand in the 2nd inning. Stayed in the game, and then Jake Rogers came in. And Jake hit a home run. Jake just took a half cut, swung and missed, and then immediately pointed down to Roberto Ortiz, the first base umpire, like, let's at least appeal to him. Strike 1. Change up away.
I just immediately.
Only Jake Rogers.
I immediately thought of Miggy. He was around with Miggy all those years and pulled a Miggy on him.
Home run was Jake's 2nd, the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball. A humpback liner is going to drop into left center. Bolte came over, had no chance, but just fielded on one hop. Jake Rogers, 2 for 2. Man out and man out. Tigers would like to get to Jeffrey Springs, but this is not a surprise. Again, he's made good starts on the road. He's had success in his career in 3 starts against the Tigers. Really, it was just his command that led to the run in the 1st inning, and it was an error that certainly helped the Tigers to that run. Fastball to Kevin McGonigal, a strike on the outside edge. He walked on 4 pitches first time up and then popped out. Just a soft fly ball to right. On a 1-2 his next trip to the plate. Nice bounce back early in the game. It was 25 balls, 22 strikes. Ground ball and a base hit into right past the diving Coretta Grauer. Rogers around 2nd, heading to 3rd. Butler's throw, cut off. Love Jake Rogers' aggressiveness. Ground ball single for McGonigal. Tigers runners at the corners, 1 out in the 5th.
Well, Kevin McGonigal on base another 2 times in this game. I think Lawrence Butler out there, he just kind of held the ball for a split second. I don't know if he thought that Jake Rogers wasn't going to be aggressive, but he just kind of came up and kind of held it, and then all of a sudden, oh, you mean I got to throw it in? Jake Rogers is going to go 1st to 3rd, and that's exactly what he did.
He didn't read the scouting report. Jake likes to scamper 1st to 3rd. His own self-described running style. I scamper. Torque at the plate. First pitch, swinging a line drive, left field. That one's deep. Cortez back, looking up. It's gone! Could feel it coming. Line drive, home run for Torque is a 3-run shot. 15th of the year gives the Tigers a 6-1 lead.
Now, Dan, you just know eventually, we said it before the game, that you're going to get a good pitch. If you can just be a little bit patient, you're going to get it. And when you get one of those good pitches, you got to capitalize on it. That's exactly what Spencer Torkelson did. Got that slider that was just kind of hovering right there on the outer part of the plate and just got it underneath it, hooked it right into the Tigers bullpen.
Sure felt like this was a good matchup for him, and sure enough, he delivers. Just his 2nd home run against a lefty this year. But a lefty who gives up home runs, he's been torching lefties the last couple of years. That was a beautiful sight. On a line. 6-1 Tigers in the 5th. Riley Green swings and misses at a 1-0 slider down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, just as Springs was starting to get comfortable.
Yeah, he was starting to cruise.
Yeah, retired the last, 8 in a row, and then all of a sudden, boom, 3 more runs.
Started with the Jake Rogers little bloop single. McGonigal, ground ball single, sneaks it to the right side. Neither one hit hard. Tork's ball was hit hard. Pitch in the dirt, 2-1. Activity in both bullpens. Justin Sterner for the A's. Cater Montero for the Tigers. Fastball away at 90. So you think with Troy Melton's pitch count climbing because of those last 2 batters into the low 80s. Looks like Cater Montero might be ready. You would think Melton comes back out to start the 6th, right? The 3-1. Fastball up and away. Green draws a walk. Still only 1 out with 3 runs in. And that's going to be the end of the night. For Jeffrey Springs, it has been a rough season for Springs. Better on the road, but not tonight here in Detroit. Breaking ball right into the barrel of the bat of Spencer Torkelson results in a 3-run home run. While the A's make the change, 6-1 Tigers, a man on, 1 out in the 5th. We'll pause for these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Pitching change brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. Colt Keith will pinch hit for Hyu Lee. Man on, a man out. 3 runs in on the Torkelson home run. Justin Sterner takes over on the mound. 43rd appearance for Sterner. He's a 1 inning at a time guy for manager Mark Kotze. First pitch to Keith. Sweeper misses in, ball 1.
Yeah, Sterner have a rough go of it also. Has allowed 6 runs in his last 7 games. That's over 6 2/3 innings, 10 hits. And he's tied for the most home runs among relievers with 9.
Fastball up and away.
So you go from Springs, who leads the league in home runs as a starter, and Sterner, who is leading the league as a reliever, giving up home runs.
I think it's nice of the A's to
back-to-back
them. Swing and a miss at a cutter. I mean, the averages allowed home and road, it really is crazy. They've allowed 93 home runs at home in 43 games, Dan. 93. I know you weren't there last year, but the ball just...
No, I was there.
Oh, you were there?
I was,
I thought you said you were looking forward to going back.
I am.
You wouldn't be looking forward to going back.
I am. For that, because it's wild.
I've forgotten I'm like, well, you won't be looking forward to going back once you've been there. No, you were there.
It was.
Oh, my gosh.
Wild.
Riley Green hit one to center that I think is still going.
Oh, man.
479.
It was over that big old batter's eye out there.
Like 100-foot high batter's eye, and he carried it in straightaway center. Keith waiting on a 2-2. In the dirt, sweeper down and in. Numbers for Sterner overall, 41 innings of work. ERA just a tick under 4. Low walks and a strikeout an inning. (6-1) Tigers trying to add to that. 3-2, swinging a foul out of play. Riley Green was off with the pitch. As you might guess, this pitcher is completely different. Home and road. ERA around 6 in 22 innings at home and a 1.90. ERA on the road in 19 innings of work. The 3-2. Green goes, ground ball snared at first. The nice backhanded dive by McNeil. That might have scored a run because that ball, if it gets by McNeil, goes into the right field corner. Riley Green was off with the pitch. He ends up on second, 2 outs. Keith pinch hitting, hard ground ball, out number 2.
And McNeil tried to decoy Riley Green, too, because his back was to him, and he made it look like, oh, yeah, I caught a line drive. Come on back to first base, and Sanders said, no, hold up, stay right there. Just don't fall for that.
Don't fall for that. Ben Mulgeri swings at a cutter, fouls it out of play, a right-on-right battle. 6-1 Tigers. Cater Montero's taking a seat in that Tigers bullpen, so Melton clearly will be coming out. Fastball above the belt, 1-1. Home runs tonight for Jake Rogers, filling in for Dylan Dingler. Injury, foul off his right hand. Foul ball off his right hand came out in the second. 2-run home run in the second, and he made it 3-0. Check swing, and Ben Mulgeri went too far. Alex McKay, the home plate umpire, made the call, 1-2. Spencer Torkelson, after 2 one-out singles here in the 5th, helped chase Jeffrey Springs out of the game with a 3-run home run, his 15th of the year. The 1-2. Sweeper away. Good take. Ben Mulgeri still feeling his way at the major league level, but he is certainly on the mound. Pitch and change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. First pitch down and away. Cater Montero. Tigers are. This is a really interesting case study, if you will. The 1-0. Slider in middle. Cater Montero was great. 4 of his last 5 starts before the move to the bullpen because Jack Flaherty got healthy were 6 or 7 innings. He gave up 3 runs in 26 innings. He was rolling. And the Tigers now, using him out of the bullpen, would like to see him go long most of the time. Fastball low and away. And you would think if he does the usual Cater Montero efficient innings, quick innings, they might be looking at him to close this game out, Dan.
Yeah, I think they would absolutely love it. He last pitched on Saturday, only threw 36 pitches in the 3 innings.
2-1, fastball up, 3-1.
And what a job he's done. I mean, the last 3 appearances, they're 12 scoreless innings, 7 as a starter, 5 as a reliever, and the job he did in that game in New York and then getting the win, and then the 3-inning save in Texas.
3-1. Swinging a slicing drive down the right field line. Long run for Ben Mulgeri, and that ball is going to get 2 rows in. I mean, just to see him go to a 3-ball count, that kind of catches your eye because he just doesn't get to 3-ball counts. He is constantly in the strike zone and getting swings. Wilson waiting on a 3-2. Likes to swing the bat. Pitch up and in, and he draws a rare walk. From Cater Montero, it only walked 6. Right-handed batters all year in 157 plate appearances. Again, doesn't go to 3-ball counts very often. He thrives out of the bullpen. Pretty good bet he's going to just settle right back down. Facing Lawrence Butler, who's struggling at the plate. First pitch, ground ball to second base. McKinstry drops it. Throws to first to get one. That would have been a double play. There's just something in the air tonight. Two very sure-handed, good glove guys, good throwers. McKinstry and Torkelson have just not been making plays like we've watched them make all year.
Yep. You know, he's just kind of starting to turn his body to make that turn, throw to second base, and you're right, that's an inning-ending double play.
Goodness.
Almost made a bad throw to first base.
Kuroda Grauer, who refuses to swing and miss, takes a first pitch slider for a strike. 6-1 Tigers are in the 6th inning. Couple of walks, the bounce out instead of the double play keeps the inning alive for the A's. They've got runners at second and third. The strike one. Check swing up and in. Appeal to first. Roberto Ortiz says the right-hander Kuroda Grauer did not go. 5 for 6 in the 2 games. Hasn't hit a ball out of the infield today and has 2 hits. Soderstrom, the runner at third. Wilson at second. Single would almost surely score him. The 1-1. Fastball down and away. 96 from that right arm of Cater Montero. 6th inning is brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Go in and discover the Demmer difference. The 2-1. Ground ball to short. McGonigal flips it to first. Couple of crow hops there. Couple of shuffle steps, if you will, before he released it, but
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Sandy fired 100 pitches, worked through 8 innings of 1-run ball tonight in the second most hitter-friendly park in baseball.
It's a grand slam! Happy 250th from Randy Arozarena!
His 9th home run of the season.
And working on a payoff pitch. Swing, there it goes. Deep in the air to left field. He's got another one. Number 26 for Junior Caminero. And he's got 11 in 11 days. 1-0 Rays.
7 complete for Yamamoto. No runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Straight away center. Did he do it? Did he do it? Yes, he did! Start the fireworks!
What in the world did you expect? That's what he does.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Side.com.
Experience the difference at Clean Express Auto Wash and join our Wash Smart Unlimited Club starting at $20 a month. Official car wash of the Detroit Tigers.
Kerry Carpenter pinch hits for Jahmai Jones. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning. Mason Barnett, a right-hander on the mound, swinging a shattered bat pop-up right to Barnett. Nobody else had a chance to make the play. The rare case where a pitcher makes the catch on a baby pop-up and a shattered bat. 1 pitch, 1 out. Did you ever make any catches and pop-ups on the mound?
But no, not on the mound. Not on the mound,
Yeah.
behind home plate. But
Did you put it this way? How about just in the field of play?
no.
You always got called off.
Yeah, you just get out of the way. Yep. Never got one. That I remember. I don't remember ever having one like that. You know, you love them as a pitcher, though, because you just made a great pitch and snapped that back.
Shattered a bat. 8-9-1 hitters this inning. Zach McKinstry takes it, curveball low and in. 29,049, good turnout. Hope to see out here tomorrow all night games against the A's. 6-1 Tigers are in the 6th inning, the 1-0. Fastball 94, outer third for a called strike for Mason Barnett. Debuted last year, got knocked around a little bit. Didn't have any success, really, in 22 innings of work. 19 innings so far this year. High walks, high strikeouts, and a 3.70 ERA. McKinstry takes a pitch up and away, 2-1. Originally drafted out of Auburn by the Royals. Slider up and away. 3-1 on McKinstry. Again, he's had a tough time throwing strikes, and kind of a recent trend for the Athletics pitchers. He's had struggles his last couple of outings. The 3-1. Low and in. Yanked a fastball. 1-out walk here in the 6th inning. Tigers trying to add to a 5-run lead. Lineup turns over for Matt Vierling. Matt's 0 for 3 tonight. He wants to get in on the fun here. 6 runs on 6 hits. Home runs from Jake Rogers and Spencer Torkelson. First pitch. Slider hangs high. Let's check some scores from the 1-800-CALL SAM Studios scoreboard. Jays beat the Giants 10-0. Dylan Cease took a no-hitter to the bottom of the 9th inning in San Francisco. Gave up a hit to the first batter, and most relieved man in the building was the Blue Jays manager, John Schneider. Vierling takes a strike because Cease's pitch count was at 115, and that is just the worst for a manager. I mean, he goes deep into games, but he had to be willing, Dan, to let him go to 130.
Well, you know it. It started
right?
probably an inning before when he was in the 90s.
The 1-1. Vierling swings and misses. Expanded the strike zone a little bit on a fastball up and away, 1-2.
I mean, that's got to be the hardest thing. You're rooting for your guy to throw a no-hitter, but you're also like, oh, my gosh, and he's been around Dylan Cease for quite some time and having a tremendous year. He also struck out 11. I think he's leading the league in strikeouts, isn't he?
Sure,
so,
we'll go with that.
Yeah. I mean, and added 11 to him.
But if it goes to 130 or above
yeah.
in pursuit of a no-hitter, there have been a few managers who regretted allowing their pitchers to do that. AJ allowed
Jackson. Yeah.
149, wasn't it?
I know it was 140 something. Yep.
149. That was a guy who could handle that workload. We had him here in Detroit.
Yeah.
He could throw up and away. How about that, though? That has to be a record for a no-hitter. 149. I know Nolan Ryan could rack up the pitch count, but I'll bet he never went to 149 on a no-hitter. He only had 7. The 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Kuroda Grauer gets around and dives to the bag at second. That's a good play. To get the lead base runner, McKinstry, I don't think he had much of a shot to get Vierling at first. So the second baseman kind of curling around the base to field the ball, and he's about 8 feet to the left of the bag, and then he dove to the bag and tagged it with his glove. Good play.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the way he's played.
I agree.
At the plate, showed real good quick bat, and then right there, just really athletic. Lost his balance, his footing just briefly, kind of skidded. Cleats didn't quite grab the dirt, kind of skidded just a little bit, but was able to right his feet and then gain traction and go back and touch second base.
That brings up Jake Rogers' first pitch slider for a strike. 6th inning brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Go and experience the Demmer difference. Hardest working player brought to you by Carhartt. Proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball. The hardworking people who make it possible. Troy Melton, a career-high 9 strikeouts. At one point, struck out 6 in a row. not consecutive batters, but 6 outs in a row were strikeouts. Rogers takes a pitch low and away. Heck of a night for Troy Melton. Rogers with the second home run of the year was a big one early. Soft ground ball chopped fouled on the third base line. The final line for Troy Melton is brought to you by Feiger Law. He goes 5 1/3, 1 unearned run on 4 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. I don't know, Dan. He gave up 4 hits. That's a lot.
Yeah, he gave up 5 in his last 3 starts.
I mean,
right?
he almost gave up as many as he's given in the last 3 starts. Jake swings, fouls it out of play. Veerling was off with the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count remains. Tigers starting to play some really good baseball right now. Win tonight would make it 7 wins in their last 8. I said it before, I'm not really looking at games out of the wild card. I'm looking at their relationship to the 500 mark.
No, there's no doubt.
Dug a 16-game hole, 16 games under the 500 mark. Slowly chip away. Last night got it under 10. Tonight it could be down to 8. And now you're getting to where you need to be. Ground ball foul. You get that down to 2, 3, 4 games of the 500 mark by the end of the month. And the way they're playing, it might be before that. Now suddenly you look like the team that everybody thought you had. You head to the trade deadline with a lot of momentum, and you're playing .660 ball for, let's call it a month. No team that really scares you in the American League. It'll be fascinating to see what happens. The 1-2. Away.
It's just you continue to get this starting pitching that the Tigers have and continue to hit all the home runs. That's such a good combination. You know, it's so difficult just to, get consecutive 3-4 hits and get a run in today's game. You've got to hit home runs.
2-2. Veerling was off again, swinging a foul. Jake Rogers will see at least 8 pitches in this trip to the plate. Yeah, it's just a fact. You have to be able to hit home runs.
Yeah.
Especially in the postseason. But this is how you get on a roll. Consistent starting pitching that gets you into games strong every night. And the Tigers have been hitting early home runs in most of their recent wins. 2-2. Slider down, good take. Jake's seen the ball well tonight,
Dan. Yes, he is. He's seeing it well. He's putting good swings on it. You know, he just played on Sunday, so he hasn't. His playing time's been kind of sporadic, so he's not used to playing these every other games like this, and it's paying off.
3-2. Slider misses down. Jake works a 9-pitch walk from Mason Barnett. Scott Emerson, the pitching coach, you get the feeling he's done this a few times this year. Makes his way out to the mound. A little settling down. Just thinking about pitching at home, pitching at Coors. We've certainly talked about it for Colorado pitchers through the years. And for a long time at the ballpark in Arlington, it was kind of the same way. You really got to be a master psychologist if you're the pitching coach. I mean, the basic message is you're going to give up runs in your home ballpark.
You're gun shy. I mean, you're constantly trying to make a perfect pitch and pitching around guys. I mean, you just look at the splits on the walks at home and the walks on the road. So it just tells me that, oh my gosh, I got to be so careful with the balls out of here. And I mean, it's got to be tough. Then you get on the road, and it's just like, well, you got to flip a switch, and all of a sudden just say, okay, I can go right back at him.
And at some point, it starts to affect you on the road.
I got to believe it, yeah.
Because Springs noticeably not as good, and now his last 3 road starts after being terrific on the road. Got to go at the plate. First pitch curveball. That's a beauty. Ooh, challenged by. That had some bite. That was a 12-6 curveball. He may not win this one. It was a strike. Been a long time since Kevin McGonigal challenged and did not win.
I just like that look on his face, like, man. How'd that happen? Just a confident young man.
He is.
Yeah, just okay. Get right back in there.
Single and a walk. Couple of men on. The strike one. Change up in the dirt, smothered by Langoliers. Sun setting in southeast Michigan, shining on the DAC in straightaway center. All the buildings in downtown Detroit. 86 degrees at game time. Cools down a little bit at night. McGonigal waiting the 1-1. Up and in, check swing, appeal to third. Jim Wolf says nope, he did not go. Next Tuesday, Kevin McGonigal will be playing in an all-star game in his home city, if you will, Philadelphia. The 2-1, a little bit low, 3-1. Justin Verlander is the Legends pick by Major League Baseball. The commissioner's office makes that pick. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. As frustrating as this season has been for Justin, to have that moment, that recognition, and be able to be in that dugout for that special occasion. And he deserves every bit of that recognition.
Sure does. The 3-1. Got the call on the inside edge. Perfect pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. That'll loosen up the base runners. Vierling at second. Jake Rogers at first. Tigers trying to add to a 6-1 lead. We're in the 6th inning.
Boy, and I do have to say, too, I've got that concern for Dylan Dingler, talking about, just for the Tigers' second half.
Yes.
But just for him personally, I just hope he's okay so he can enjoy that moment in Philadelphia also.
3-2, soft little tapper back to the mound. Barnett will field and flip to first. Didn't look real comfortable fielding that ball. But he didn't throw it away. Made the throw down to McNeil at first. Tigers threaten, but strain 2. We head to the 7th inning. Tigers on top, 6-1.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
.com.
Carlos Cortez leads off. A's batting top of the 7th inning. Tigers have a 6-1 lead. Cater Montero on the mound for the Tigers. First pitch fastball, strike 1. So the real balancing act for the Tigers, keeping Cater Montero, stretched out to a degree, as much as you can. Change up. Nice swing back action. Off the plate and into a lefty, and then snaps onto the inside corner. Strike 2. So I think they would like Cater to go the final 3 2/3 here. Even though he's so efficient with his innings, still, if you get 4 up, Stan, that's keeping the arm stretched out to a degree. The 0-2. Soft tap foul. I love how he pitches in. So much improved against lefties this year.
I was just going to say they're hitting just one below 200, 194.
I mean, it's a huge improvement. Last year, lefties had an 890 OPS against Cater Montero. They hit almost 300 with power. And to turn that around, teams as a starter would load their lineup with lefties, and he was like, that's fine. Not only 190, but 190 with modest power and a 580 OPS. Ground ball chopped down the third base line, barehanded by Montero. He just kind of flipped a little frisbee throw to first base. Torkelson came off. He had no chance to get Cortez because it couldn't have been rolled out down the third base line any better.
No, those are the ones that are so frustrating, and the Tigers have done, and Troy Melton did a great job on Cortez, getting ahead and then throwing those cutters and sliders underneath the bat inside, and just gets that little swinging bunt up the third baseline.
Henry Bolte takes a slider low and away. So 5 hits for the A's. 3 haven't left the infield. 2 were dribblers down the third baseline. And 1 is a play that we know Spencer Torkelson feels like he should have made. He got to the ball, but he just didn't get down to the ground to make a sliding stop on it. Bolte takes a strike. That was the other hit. The 5th hit, a line drive double to the wall and right. The 1-1. Sinker a little bit low. Fastest player in the league, so not really thinking double play here. Cater Montero's much more of a fly ball pitcher anyway. Does get a lot of infield fly balls. That's how they're categorized. Pop-ups. 2-1. Jam job to short. Fielded by McGonigal to McKinstry, and you're not going to double up Bolte. I don't think Cortez ever left first base. I think he thought that McGonigal caught the ball, but it did short hop his glove. But again, with Bolte running, you're not going to turn a double play unless it's a rocket right to you.
Yeah, and I think McGonigal was, well, should I have caught that? You know, just to keep Bolte off the bases. But I mean, it is 6-1. But I think he's looking in the dugout like, you know, what should I have done? Should I have, just caught that just to keep the base running the way it is?
It's actually an interesting question. Geloff swings and taps it foul at home plate. So he waits for it to have a chance to turn to double play. And against, well, if Cortez has been running, for instance, that's a pretty smart move.
Yeah.
Probably get the double play. But that's a good instinctual play to let it bounce. And then you're second guessing yourself after.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's the fastest guy in baseball running down the first baseline. I still like the play.
Now, I mean, if it's a tie game or a one-run game or something like that, maybe you think about that. But he immediately looked in the dugout, and he'll probably go in there and talk to Billy Boyer just about it. What do I do in that situation?
And that's Kevin McGonigal, isn't it? Swinging a pop-up foul and out of play. That slider hung a little bit. Man on a man out. 6-1 Tigers in the 7th inning. 0-2 the count on Zach Geloff. Always thinking the game. You always see him in conversation with A.J. Hinch in the dugout. Just the finer points of the game. All the time. Thinking the game. Right-handed batter waiting on the 0-2. Up and in, and called the strike, challenged by Geloff, and I think he's going to lose.
I think so. I think that fooled him.
You'll hear the crowd. Called third strike, 2 outs, a man on for Jeff McNeil.
I think those are the hard ones for either side, but right on right, those breaking balls that look like they're coming right at you, and then they kind of break a little bit, but you're thinking that it's inside, but yet it comes back and just catches that corner.
There certainly has been talk, Dan, about how that maybe the strike zone, because it's never been called with the square corners
right
at the top. It's always been rounded, right?
Yep.
Swinging a foul straight back. I mean, there's certainly talk about, do you need to maybe remake that perfectly square or rectangle box more rounded at the edges to reflect what has been the strike zone forever? I don't picture baseball doing that. But those pitches that we just saw, that's never called a strike. Wasn't before ABS anyway.
No. But you're right, that oval, they keep talking about that oval.
The strike one, up and away. Printed out a heat map that somebody sent me at the beginning of the year. What they called strike zone was in 2007, which was definitely a flat little oval. And then what it was last year, called by the umpires, almost perfectly in the strike zone. But you do notice all of the corners are rounded.
Yeah. It's just a perfect oval like you're describing.
Pitch in the dirt to McNeil to make it 2-1. 6-1 Tigers in the 7th inning. McGonigal up the middle at short. Keith into the game at third. That moved McGonigal to short. McKinstry to second. Lee started the game at second base. Lefty waiting, 2-1. Shot into right field. Base hit. Sinker was up. Bolte will scoot over to third. Throw comes into McGonigal on the infield grass. That's the kind of hit the Mets saw. McNeil deliver a lot. Line drive, base hit into right. Tiger bullpen begins to stir. 2 outs, 2 on, 6-1 Tigers, and this becomes a big batter for Cater Montero, as much as the Tigers, I think, would like him, to end this game with 3 innings of work. A.J. Hinch is not going to be taking any chances. Priority number 1, make sure you win the game. This is a big power threat standing at home plate. First pitch slider, perfect outer third. "31 home runs last year, 29 the year before for Langoliers. Pretty aggressive, good bat to ball skills, doesn't strike out much for a power hitter. Slider away. Really hot start, building off of last year in the last 25 games, hitting barely 200 with a little bit of power. Righties definitely limit his effectiveness. Montero sets the 1-1. Knuckle curve at the belt for a called strike. No challenges left for the A's. Langoliers asks and gets time, steps out. Bolte, the speedster at third. McNeil's at first. Montero works third base out of the rubber. Sets, places that left foot well in front of the right when he sets the 1-2. Swing and a foul out of play. Like that pitch. Four-seamer in on the hands.
That's the one that he reached back and tried to get a little bit extra. See if he could throw it by him.
Kyle Finnegan getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. We'll see if Montero, pitch count of 31. Came in last inning to get the final 2 outs. If he gets his final out, does he stay in the game? We'll see. The 1-2. Ground ball snared by Montero to the right of the mound. That was like a magic trick. One sharp hop into his glove, and then he walked toward first, and a little flip to Torkelson for the 3rd out. Fine play.
There's so much history right here, and when I put it on and it's so light, it just feels just right. It feels just right. I mean, look at this. It got the city on it. When I was 7 years old, my uncle takes me where? To Shea Stadium. Darryl Strawberry hits a home run, and I become a fan for life.
Taken out of the game as a pitcher, but the Ohtani rule allows him to stay in as the DH. Ohtani, did he? Ohtani has done it again! game for an all-time player. 3 homers. He makes it 5-0.
114 off the bat. And this one, only 427.
It's the opposite way.
Yep. He's alive. He's back.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Site app gives you real-time information to make changes to reduce your usage. And our rebates put real money back into your pocket. So check out dteenergy.com/home and you'll savings, that is. DTE.
Early detection saves lives. Schedule your cancer screening today at carmanis.org/inspire.
Seventh inning today brought to you by Snethkamp Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Snethkamp Automotive family is celebrating 100 years, 4 great Michigan locations. Jose Suarez, one of 3 lefties in the bullpen for the A's. 8th year in the major leagues, first with the A's. Takes over 6-1 Tigers, bottom of the 7th inning. Spencer Torkelson leads off. First pitch, fastball high and tight, ball 1. 20th appearance of the year for Suarez.
Last pitched on Saturday, and right-handers have had some success against Suarez, hitting .320. Pretty much four-seam slider changeup guy.
Walks a lot of righties as well. Fastball on the inside corner for a called strike. 1 for 2 for Torque tonight. 15th home run was a 3-run shot. And that was the beginning of the end for the starter, Jeffrey Springs. A walk later, 1 batter later, he was done for the night. Give up all 6 runs, a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good changeup, kind of pulled it down and in under the bat. Another A's pitcher with a big home road split. Much better on the road. It's not only ERA. I mean, that's one way to look at it, certainly. The 1-2. Up and away, but the ballpark effect, again, lots of hits fall, lots of run scoring, lots of home runs. And this is typical with a lot of these A's pitchers. At home, opponents have a .911 OPS. On the road, it's .590. And that's like pitcher after pitcher. Long fly ball, hooking, foul. Man. Hanging sliders go a long way, and Torque pulled that one in the end. Quite a bit foul, but plenty of distance. It's just a long foul, and the count stays 2-2.
That was just a little bit lower than the one he hit out, but almost in the same kind of area of the plate, and just hooked it.
Torque waiting at another 2-2. Suarez into his motion, the pitch, swinging a foul to the screen. Nothing special on the fastball. 92-93. Long time with the Angels. Starter early in his career. And then he's been to Atlanta, Seattle, and the A's in recent years, working out of the bullpen with mixed results. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. 7th pitch of the game gets Torque. Got to bring up Riley Green, another night game tomorrow. Love to see out here at the ballpark. Rare to have 3 straight night games. Usually the Tigers give a getaway day game. They did not for the Athletics. Framber Valdez against Jack Perkins is the matchup tomorrow. Perkins has had his struggles for the A's. Riley Green, first pitch, swing a line drive, base hit into center, slider in, he was ready. Just a soft single into center. Love the at-bats. Riley Green 2 for 3 with a walk tonight. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Cole Keith, man on a man out. Tigers trying to add to a 6-1 lead. Second at bat of the game. Swings at a sinker, bounces it foul down the first base line. Came in pinch hitting for Hao-Yu Lee in the fifth. Lee ended the day 0 for 2. Tigers scratched out a run in the first inning. Infield single plus an error. It really should have been an error all the way. And then a couple of walks and a single from Riley Green scored the first run. Jake Rogers' 2-run home run in the second made it 3-0. Spencer Torkelson's 3-run home run in the fifth made it a 6-1 game, and that's where we are now in the seventh. Flip over to first. Those were the boos you heard in the background. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. Left on left, outfield straight up. Changeup, swing and a miss. So willing to throw that changeup to righties and lefties.
Yeah, when he throws it right, it's got good action to it. Goes down and away from the right-handers, like he got Spencer Torkelson with, and that one looked like it was a fastball on the inside part of the plate to Cole Keith, and then it just went right underneath the bat, down and in.
Keith waiting in another 0-2. On the way. Got him. Oh, boy. Sweeper started at his right hip and then broke onto the plate for a called third. It's a good pitch. Suarez with his third team of the year. Atlanta picked him up off waivers for Baltimore. Pitched briefly for Atlanta, and then the Mariners picked him up off waivers from the Braves. And then the A's got him in a trade for cash. 3 different teams in 2026. 45 innings of work and an ERA just under 5. And Malgeri at the plate takes a pitch a little bit low, ball 1.
I liked your description earlier about Malgeri, just about the right-handed Cole Keith. So you got Cole Keith, and then you got the right-handed Cole Keith back to back here.
Just upright, very relaxed.
Yeah.
The 1-0. Check swing. He's been called twice now for going too far by the home plate umpire. I think he's actually holding up here.
Well, it's a good changeup again, though. I think it might have been a strike anyway.
Yeah. Malgeri 0 for 3 tonight, 5 for 19 so far in his major league career. The 1-1. Fastball 93 sails up and away. Terry Carpenter waiting on deck. Grauer at second base, shades right up the middle. The outfield doesn't move a whole lot.